we will just share it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's being recorded. What we can do is, if later someone gives me the host key, I can share it to YouTube, and then people can watch it later.
Okay,
Facebook. I think YouTube has a better quality.
So first of all, welcome back, Rinpoche. It's as our first year, the first
I
day
know.
of the class for this year. So first, before we go on behalf of the of the Sangha, I would like to wish you a happy, healthy, and fruitful year of 2024.
Thank you.
Fruitful in your Dharma practices. So wishing everyone a happy new year and healthy, happy, and prosperous new year. Thank you and welcome back. So since that your birthday is going to be January 10th, today is our first time back, and everyone is joining. On behalf of our Sangha, wishing you a happy birthday. I know your birthday is on the 10th, but today we would like to take the opportunity that everyone is here joining us for the teaching.
Sure.
From our Sangha, we wish you a very long life and a fruitful Dharma practice and a very long life. Great journey to Buddhahood, and thank you for being our Rinpoche. And now I would like to turn back the control to you, and Vietnam will continue to make offering for your birthday.
Sure. And so before I begin the actual teaching, just want to say very happy new year. Greetings and very happy new year to all of you. I just browsed through all the participants here. I think we have 35 participants, maybe 34, right? I cannot include myself. So to all of you, all the Dharma students who have been very devoted to not just for me, but to the Dharma. That is the reason why you are back here to listen. Nothing special about me, but because of the Dharma, because to study Dharma, because of your interest in the Dharma, you have been with me for, I think, since 4 or 5 years now. I don't know I don't remember the exact year, but in any case, I really acknowledge and appreciate your devotion to the Dharma. So for that, it's a motivation for me to continue forward teaching this year. Last year, I couldn't teach for like almost 4 months because of my duty with my monastery, because of the time difference and all that. But this year, I hope to do better. So now I wish you all a very happy new year, and then we will now begin this new year with Dharma teaching. So let's do the mandala for the teaching. So
no, not yet, Rinpoche.
Okay.
Wang and the Sangha in Vietnam would like to make offering for your long life birthday celebration.
Okay, sure. Okay, of course. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, before that, so thank you, and the other day Miss Wang sent me a list of all the Sangha members who have made contribution for my birthday. So I would like to thank all of you, and then I will respond with the proper appreciation letter later. So please continue.
Namo Sakya Muni Buddha, Rinpoche La, Happy New Year and happy birthday to you. So on behalf of all the Sangha member in Vietnam, we'd like to say Happy New Year and happy birthday to Rinpoche. I'd like to thank you Rinpoche so much for all the efforts to teach Dharma for us to overcome the ocean of the suffering, to overcome the suffering of the samsara. So on the occasion of the New Year and your birthday, we would like to wish you very good health, very long life, and we wish all the Dharmic activity will be successful. And we would like to request you to continue the Dharma teaching to help us to be enlightened, to reach the Buddhahood. And we request you to continue teaching us in the coming time. And on this occasion, we would like to offer mandala and request you to turn the Dharma well, and also to offer you the cake to the Trizio, to own the Dharma Pala, and to own the local deity, and to own the master, and to you. So to wish you long life, good health, and all the Dharmic activity will be fulfilled as you wish. So thank you very much, Rinpoche La.
No, sa shi bu ye chu ji me do tam ji ro rin shi ni ye mo de sang ge shin do me de be wa yi zhou gu nam da shin la je wa ra shu is the next page. Not this one. Yes, this one. Okay, maybe do one more time.
Chúng ta
Sa
một lần ạ.
shi bu Zhu xie men do zhama zhi ra lin xie nian de kian ban san ge xian la mei de bu wa yi zhu gu nam da xian la zhe ba ra zhu yi da ma gu ru ran men da la gam ne ya da ya bi. Okay, back to the first slide. Sang
Vâng,
ge
quay
chu
trở lại trang đầu tiên ạ.
Sang ge zhe dan za ye zhang nam la chang zhu bar do dan nian gyab su chi da ye jin su ge ben suen nam ge zhou la ben jie san ge zhu bo ren shu sang ge zhe dan za ye zhang nam la chang zhu bar do dan nian gyab su chi da ye jin su ge ben suen nam ge zhou la ben jie san ge zhu bo ren shu sang ge zhe dan za ye zhang nam la chang zhu bar do dan nian gyab su chi da ye jin su ge ben suen nam ge zhou la ben jie san ge zhu bo ren Okay, that's it. So now please listen with the pure intention, pure intention meaning no selfish attachment and aggression and ignorance related intention, but with a proper pure intention to become enlightened Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. Please listen to the following teaching.
I'm sorry. I think one has not finished her offering to you yet. I'm sorry for the confusion.
That's okay.
They want
That's
to
okay.
make some offering and cake cutting as well
Okay.
as some mantra for your long life.
Okay. Please go ahead. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Come on. I hear some of you have very nice voice. I don't know which one is you, but thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Rinpoche La, Miss Wan would
Yeah.
like to offer you the cake, the birthday cake lah.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we would like to offer the cake, birthday cake to Rinpoche, and we wish Rinpoche very good health, long life, and you continue to turn the Dharma wheel, to teach Dharma, to benefit all the sentient beings, to overcome the ocean of sufferings.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Tongkhor Siling Rinpoche La. Happy birthday, Tongkhor Siling Rinpoche La.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Rinpoche, I translate the words previously. Yeah, I translate the word about the motivation lah.
Please.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very good year for me because even though my birthday is 3 days away, but it's being brought forward, like advanced 3 days ahead. So I'm celebrating my birthday 3 days ahead with my dedicated and devoted students. So I think that's a very good. I think it means it's a very good year for me ahead. So thank you. Not to undermine your contribution and your dedication, but generally speaking, I'm not a birthday person. I don't. I'm not excited about birthdays, but I really appreciate the gesture that you have made today. I know it's from your pure devotion, pure faith to me, because the reason is not because I'm special, but because I am providing the Dharma teaching for all of you. And I hope it is not because I'm special. I hope it is because of the Dharma teaching that I am providing. That's why you are devoted, and you make this offering, this gesture, and for which I'm very, very grateful. And thank you, each one and every one of you. Even though I didn't plan to do this, but it just so happened that today's teaching is on the infinite joy or sympathetic joy. So we have been covering the four infinite, the four infinite qualities, or the four immeasurables, as we call them: infinite joy, infinite love, compassion, infinite equanimity, so on and so forth. So equanimity, love, compassion, these three has been covered couple months back. Now today's subject topic is sympathetic joy. I think it's a very good start for the new year, and because you are all celebrating my birthday, I think it's a very good start. So nobody planned this, but it just so happened very appropriately.
Xin lỗi là tâm. Yeah.
Yeah. So the four immeasurables is, I have explained that a couple times before. Just to summarize, the four immeasurables is an important prerequisite or a quality that we have to train before we develop bodhicitta completely.
Quý vị chắc là đều vẫn nhớ cái nội dung về tứ vô lượng tâm, tâm từ bi, tâm hỷ, tâm xả mà thầy đã giảng với quý vị, và thầy nói tóm tắt lại rằng là tứ vô lượng tâm là những cái nội dung rất là quan trọng, những cái phẩm tính, những cái chất lượng mà quý vị cần phải phát khởi trước khi quý vị có thể phát triển được bồ đề tâm một cách đầy đủ.
So of course we begin with the equanimity, which is to see the enemies and the friends as same or alike. So of course enemies and friends are not alike, right? Not same. They are not same. Enemies are enemies, friends are friends. That's different. Of course, we are not stupid. We know that. But there are enemies and friends are alike in the sense that, so when we say enemy, we are talking about people who harm us. When we say friends, we are talking about people who help us or who are good to us. So of course, there's a difference between people who are good to us and bad to us. If we cannot differentiate who are good and who are bad, that means we are stupid. We cannot be like that. We have to know who is good and who is bad. But at the same time, those who are good and those who are bad, in the sutra, we call them the friends and the enemies. So the friends and the enemies, they're both alike, similar or same, in the sense that they both wish to be happy. None of either your friends or your enemies, none of them like to suffer. So they're all same. They're all same. Your friends and your enemies don't like to suffer, just like you don't want to suffer. They're all same. So in that case, they are all equal in that regard. So first, we develop the equanimity. From equanimity, you are able to develop infinite love. So infinite love is basically you have love or acceptance. So love is all about acceptance. So you are able to accept both your enemies and friends. So as equal. When you are able to accept both, then you start to develop closeness, certain liking. for both of them, and then you develop love. And from when you develop love to a certain person, you develop closeness to that person, and then you develop compassion for them, because compassion is also empathy. Empathy is when you feel what the other person is feeling. That is called empathy in English, right? So empathy, compassion is empathetic joy. When you have compassion, you feel empathetic with other person's pain, joy, love, and everything. And then more than that, you have that urge, the urge to help. You have that urge to uh, alleviate the suffering, get rid of the suffering, the pain that the other person has. So that is compassion. So from equanimity, you have the love. From love, you have the compassion. And by developing compassion to others, you have joyfulness. And today we will talk about joyfulness. So if you have the book in English, it's on page number 213, and it's titled Meditation on Sympathetic Joy. So we will begin from the second paragraph of that chapter, Meditation on Sympathetic Joy.
Yeah.
So this is sympathetic joy. So you begin your meditation by thinking about a person who you have a positive feeling. It can be your parents, your spouse, your loved one, your friend, maybe your guru, anyone. So think of someone who you feel close to, and who has, in your opinion, that person is successful, content, peaceful, has a lot of happiness. So someone who has reached that sort of state. So basically, someone who is successful, someone who has been happy and joyful and successful, like that. So basically, think of someone like that. Or if you don't have someone who has such qualities, then think of an imaginary person. Maybe think of the Buddha, right? Think of the Buddha. So Buddha has all those qualities. The Buddha is happy. The Buddha is successful. The Buddha has accomplished everything, etc. So, and he is also very peaceful, very knowledgeable. So think of someone like a Buddha, and think of someone like a Buddha, and think of Buddha now as your friend, right? So, so if you think of Buddha as your friend immediately, maybe that's not easy. But first think of the qualities of the Buddha, and then make the Buddha as like a human. Because most of the time we look at the Buddha like a god, so it's difficult for us to think of Buddha as a friend. But when we make the Buddha a human, actually Buddha is a human, but most of the time we tend to think that Buddha is a god. So Buddha, think of the Buddha as a human being, and think of Buddha as your friend. So I told you earlier, a friend is someone who helps you, who helps you in need when you are in a need. So that is Buddha always helps you. Buddha is always there when you are in need. So think of someone like a Buddha first, and then think of him as your friend. So basically think of someone you are close to and you're friends with. Yeah, to make it more simple, think of someone you love, someone you are close with, someone you feel positive about. And then think about that. Stay in this position, this moment of thought for a certain for a certain time, couple of minutes, whatever. And then as you begin to feel the positiveness, so when you think about a person who has a lot of positivity, when you keep thinking about that, positiveness, your thoughts will also become more and more positive. And when your thoughts become more and more positive, you become more and more positive. And when you become more and more positive, more loved, more warm, more better, like that, then you start to spread that to a person whom you are indifferent with. Normally we call that the strangers. So we have three person. enemy, friend, and stranger. So pick people who you are indifferent with, or stranger, maybe the person that the taxi driver who brought you here, maybe the person who sold you a packet of cigarette, maybe someone who served you as a waiter in the restaurant. So just a very indifferent, very stranger, you don't know personally about. So spread the positive to that person. And slowly, as you are able, you become comfortable spreading positivity to a person you know nothing about. Then slowly extend that to a person who you actually dislike, don't want to be with, who annoys you, who irritates you, who maybe you are angry with. Slowly and slowly spread to that person as well. And basically, now you spread that joyfulness, that positiveness, not only to the loved ones, not only for yourself, but to people who you are indifferent with, strangers, and the people who you dislike, the enemies as well. And basically to everyone, all the sentient beings, you spread with sympathetic joy. So you practice. So, Dharma is all about practice, right? It's a training, it's a practice. So you have to practice this. What I just explained, I know about this, you know about this. If you don't practice, you just know about it. It just becomes a knowledge, it's an information. It's like Google. It's, Google knows everything. But still Google is not a Buddha, not enlightened. So like that. So what we have to do is we have to actualize it. We have to practice it. So how do we do the training? As I mentioned earlier, you begin from your side to a person whom you like, then to someone you are indifferent with, then someone whom you dislike. And then, for example, I just give an example. If you have only 3 minutes to practice, let's say 6 minutes to practice, you give 2 minutes each. So the first 2 minutes you think about the person whom you love and whom you are close with. So you have so much positivity. And then as you develop the positivity, the next 2 minutes you spread that joyfulness to the people whom you are indifferent with, strangers. And then the last 2 minutes you develop that, you expand your joyfulness to the person who you dislike. So you keep training like that, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, like that. So every day, 6 minutes, 1 set of 6 minutes, 2 sets of 6 minutes, 3 sets of 6 minutes. And, it depends on your leisure, how much busy you are and all that. But we must all train like that. And by doing so, we will be able to develop a very strong heart. So when I say a strong heart, I mean a strong heart does not mean it's a rough heart. A strong heart means it's soft inside. Okay, the heart is capable of a lot of hardship and difficulties. That is a strong heart. So that is something we will try to develop. So that is the method. Yep. So if you are busy and don't have much time, so what I just explained until now, this is the gist, this is the summary of today's topic, today's teaching. And if you keep this is your takeaway for today's teaching. Okay. Now I will explain something more to further this topic. To further explain this topic, I will say a few more words. So if you wish to have sympathetic joy, if you practice sympathetic joy, you want to spread the joy to others, of course you need to have joy for yourself. In order to develop joy for yourself, you need to be free from jealousy. And jealousy comes from attachment. Okay, so today we will not talk much about attachment because it's of course it's a big topic. We will talk more about jealousy. So jealousy is what strains us, what holds us from having having a joyful moment. When we are jealous, we cannot enjoy. So especially when we are jealous of others' positions, qualities, etc. Someone is, someone's beauty, someone's qualifications, someone's wealth, someone's achievement, etc., etc. Your peacefulness is taken away. You're being robbed of your peace when you become jealous of others' qualities, we call it. So for that reason, to develop sympathetic joy, it is important to free your mind from jealousy. So, as a Dharma practitioner, and especially as someone who claims to follow the Mahayana tradition, who aspires to become a Buddha, who is a bodhicitta practitioner, who aspires to develop bodhicitta, we should never develop jealousy, because when you think with a logical mind, people who have people who possess better qualities, better things than us, whether it's beauty, whether it's possessions, whether it's this or that, whatever, nothing comes without cause and conditions. So whatever good things that they are enjoying, whatever good things in life, achievement, scholarship, fame, anything what's they're enjoying, it's because of their their hard work in their past life, because of their good work. So that's why they're enjoying. So far, we should appreciate that. That is the work of karma. Because they work hard in their past life, they're enjoying that. So even with a small piece of logical mind, if we utilize our rational mind a little bit, we will understand that this is actually the law of karma. So there is no reason for us to be jealous of. Yeah. So in Tibet, during the time of Jesu Milarepa, great yogi. So because he was a great yogi and he was many achievement, and a lot of people follow him, he becomes popular. So many other scholars, logicians and scholars who are otherwise very highly revered, they become jealous of him. So someone by the name of Tarlo, a great logician and a great scholar, he became very jealous of Milarepa, and then he started to attack him by because he's a scholar and he's very intelligent, so he tried many different ways to attack the Milarepa, hurt his reputation and all that. And Milarepa tried to, because Milarepa has clairvoyance, because he can see other people, read people's mind, he tried to help, he tried to calm that person down. But because he was so much blinded by jealousy, he couldn't see that, and he tried to harm Jesu Milarepa as much as he could. And because Milarepa is an enlightened being, he's a noble being, and by hurting a noble being, you accumulate huge negative karma. And because of that, even though he's very knowledgeable, the Tarlo, the master Tarlo, the great scholar, he's a very knowledgeable person, knowledge of the Dharma and everything, because he did not practice what he preached, because of jealousy, all his knowledge become corrupted, and when he died, he become a great demon. So he become great because he has a lot of knowledge, but he become a demon because he was always hungry for the other person's qualifications, quality, etc. So that's what a demon is: something or someone who haunts, right? Who haunts on other person's goodness, other person. When someone else has a good thing, then they try to haunt it. That's what a ghost is. Ghosts always haunt. So when you have something good, when you have something positive, that's what they are haunting, because they lack that. They don't have that goodness, that positiveness. So that's what a demon is. A demon is someone who haunts for other person's achievements and goodnesses. So he was a great demon. So he was great because he was a great scholar, but instead of become a great being, a great person, or great angel in his next life, he became a great demon, like that. And then
Yeah.
there were other geshes, right? Great scholars, knowledgeable. I will not go into more detail, but the other geshes and knowledgeable scholars who become jealous of Milarepa, and then they also had very negative consequences in their later part of their life because of their jealousy towards Jesu Milarepa. Yeah. So jealousy is actually what stopped, what held back Buddha's own cousins Devadatta and Sunakshatra. So they were Buddha's cousins, they are Buddha's close relatives. Actually, Devadatta grew up with the Buddha, become close with the Buddha. They raise and grow up together, childhood friends and all that. But from all the Buddha's life story, that the Devadatta always jealous of Buddha. And later when Gautama became a monk and he lived a life of monkhood, and he became famous, and lots of followers came after that. Devadatta also became a monk, but not in order to follow the Buddha, but in order to compete with the Buddha. And Devadatta was actually from the outside, externally, Devadatta is an exemplary monk. He was actually a very good monk from outside. He actually made the monastic vows that he kept was actually more than the Buddha's. So he actually added eight additional vows. He actually kept 8 additional vows, more than the Buddha himself. So in order to make himself better, in order to make himself a more exemplary monk than the Buddha. And then, of course, there is the story of how Devadatta tried to split the Sangha in two, and then have a following of his own in order to compete with the Buddha. So basically, you can be the closest person to the Buddha growing up and everything. You can be as close to Buddha as you can. And because of your jealousy, and jealousy alone holds you back from achieving the same same attainments or the same realization that Gautama has attained because of jealousy.
Yeah.
There was this one, the story of one wise king in India long time ago. So he has two very smart, very intelligent ministers. They're very, very intelligent, very able, and very helpful to the king. But their only their only weakness is that they're both very jealous of each other. So they never work with each other. They always try to hinder each other's achievement. So the king actually has to find a way out. Because they are both very smart, but because of jealousy, they always try to harm each other's plan. So one day, the king called both of the ministers one by one and asked his opinion of the other minister. So he said, like, okay, what do you think of that other minister? And the first minister, he said, oh, that minister, he is nothing. He's like a cow. He's like a bull. And then the king, okay, then you can go. And then he called the second minister, and the second minister came and he asked, what do you think of the first minister? And he said, oh, that minister, he's like a donkey. He knows nothing. He's stupid. And the king said, okay, you can go back. And then one day, it's during the celebration of the New Year time, and then the king said, I have gift for everyone. So the king has gift for everybody in the court. And then he said he has a very special gift for his two, best ministers. And then the minister, they're so happy because the king has a huge gift. So it's covered in, like a golden cloth, in a brocade. So they anticipated maybe it's gold, maybe it's diamond, maybe it's silver, whatever that was. And then the king said, now you can open your gift box. And then when they opened the gift that the king gave them, it's actually full of hay, grass. So the king actually gave them a big bag of grass. And and both of the ministers, they opened the gift pack, and then it's all grass. And they were so shocked, and they asked the king, why you give me the grass? And the king said, I asked both of my ministers, who are the wisest of the wisest in my kingdom. And the first minister said the second minister is like a cow, and the best food for the cow is grass. And the second minister said the first minister is like a donkey, and the best food for donkey is, of course, grass. And so therefore, I brought both of you a bag of grass. I hope you will enjoy it. So after that, of course, the ministers learned a lesson. And but basically, because of the jealousy, they had to endure this consequence. So jealousy is like a very sharp weapon. So when you have a mind like that, your mind is like a very sharp arrow. So if you have an actual arrow, if you have an actual gun or a sword, you can actually kill your enemy. You can do a lot of harm to the other person. But if you have a sharp thought, if you have a very violent thought inside you, if you have a violent mind, it cannot harm your enemies. It cannot harm anyone outside of your thoughts, because you keep that thought within yourself, your jealous thought, your hatred thought, that violent and sharp, harmful thought, hateful thought within yourself, because it cannot go outside. A thought cannot go outside of the mind. It remains within you, and because you keep these dangerous, sharp weapons within yourself for days and months and years, the only thing those harmful thoughts, those sharp thoughts, sharp mind as in a negative, negative sense, those sharp thoughts can hurt is yourself. It cannot hurt your enemy. It will hurt only yourself. So therefore, the key of the purpose of the sympathetic joy, or for that matter, the purpose of the four infinite qualities, infinite compassion, infinite love, infinite equanimity, and infinite joy, the whole purpose is to make your heart kinder, make a kind heart. And as His Holiness usually say, to make a warm heart, to keep a good heart, or a warm heart, or a good heart. So that is the purpose. That is the main purpose. And so that is the summary of the four infinite qualities, or the four infinite kasa. Sometimes we call them the four immeasurables. So basically, the four infinite qualities, the main purpose is to make our heart more kind, more warm, have a warm-heartedness. So like in Master Atisha, the great Atisha. So when Atisha, the Atisha was a great master, from the Nalanda, very great scholar, great master, who came to Tibet to spread the Dharma as well. So one of his two main disciples. So one of them is Dromdumba Gyaltsen Jungne, or Dromdumba as we call him. So he's regarded as the incarnation of incarnation of the Genrezik. So we consider he as the one of the previous incarnation of His Holiness as well. So in any ways, Atisha is Dromdumba's teacher. Dromdumba is Atisha's student. But Dromdumba, he's not a monk, but he's a very great practitioner. He practiced in secret. If you meet Dromdumba, he actually is a tea server for the Atisha. He cooks for Atisha. He washes Atisha's clothes. He's basically a servant. But in secret, he is a great practitioner. There's a long story for that. In any case, so Dromdumba, from a general perspective, he's like Atisha's servant. So whenever Atisha is hurt, or whenever, for example, when Atisha hurt his hand, he would actually bring Dromdumba's hand to Atisha's hand, and he said, bless my hand, bless me here. You bless me here because you have a kind heart. So Atisha always emphasized on the kind-heartedness. So because his servant has a kind heart, his servant's hand can actually bless or heal the master's wound. So Atisha would always say, bless me like that. And one thing that is also very particular about Atisha is that, Master Atisha, is that whenever he goes around, he meets people in Tibet, normally we would greet people by saying, hello, how are you? So instead of saying, hello, how are you? How's your day, or how are you? Atisha will always ask people when he meet them, he would greet them by saying, has your heart been kind today? So he would greet people by saying, hello, has your heart been kind today? Like that. So this is a very significant quality of a very particular quality of characteristic of Master Atisha. And so this is something that we should learn from. So at the end of the day, in conclusion, jealousy is very bad. Jealousy is very unkind. And in order to develop a kind-heartedness, one should be free from such unkind thought as jealousy, attachment, egotistical thought, etc., hatred, etc. And if you have a kind intention, so the opposite of unkind, opposite of harmful and hurtful thought, if you have kind intention and make your actual action may be immediate action may be positive or negative, but if your intention is good, if your intention is pure, intention is kind, then even the action may seem negative or seem unkind, but actually it turns out it will have positive outcomes. If you have a kind intention, even the action may seem negative, it will have positive outcome in the long run. And so in order to support that, there is a quotation, there's a citation from one of the teachings by Lama Tsongkhapa, where he says that if the intention is good, so we have that quote from page number 215. If the intention is good, the levels and path are good. If the intention is bad, the levels and path are bad. Since everything depends on intentions, always make sure they are positive. So level, think of level as what you are, where you are right now. And think of the path as where you're going to in the future. So if the intention is good, where you are, what you are doing will be good, and the path where you are going to head towards in the future will also be good. If the intention is bad, then what you are doing right now, where you are right now, will also be miserable, and things in the future. Basically, what it's saying is, if you have good intention, things will be good for now and then in the future. If you have bad intention, things will be bad for now and then in the future too. So with this, I will conclude today's teaching. Okay, thank you very much. Now we will do the dedication. Yeah. Ingewa di nyordo da lama sangye chukyo rowa chikya male ba kege sal gevara chancho semcho jembo che mage panama kege geva gyamba ba me de jen
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche and the Sangha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
so
Mr. Tone. Yeah, Mr. Hong, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Rinpoche.
everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good Sunday, Rinpoche.
Thank you. You as well. You as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Xin
Thank you.
cảm ơn